Guess let's have a look.
I've never seen markings like those on a Karja before.
The Karja see ink as decoration. For the Tenakth, it is much more. A litany of deeds. A record of vanquished enemies.
Looks like you've vanquished quite a few.
I've fought my share of battles. But I feel that my life, like my markings, is only half complete. This side shows my martial deeds. Before I die, I'd like to see the other half marked with the laurels of peace.
How did you come to be among the Tenakth?
Come on!
It's quite a story, but not a quick one. Though I suppose neither of us is going anywhere before the embassy begins. Are you sure you want to hear it?
Tell me.
I guess we have time.
Very well. I marched with Sun King Jiran's raiders when they came west, hoping to moderate their worst impulses. I failed, of course. They committed unspeakable atrocities, stirring the Tenakth into action. When the clans overran our forward encampment at Cinnabar Sands, I stayed behind to help the last stragglers evacuate. I was taken prisoner. I didn't make it easy for my captors, mind you. And they ended the journey to their capital. I lost so much blood on the way that I was white as a corpse when they threw me before Chief Hekaro. I thought I was dead for sure, so I resorted to desperate measures.
So when you met the Tenakth chief, you did something desperate?
I'd kept my ears open as the Tenakth dragged me along, and I heard mutterings about a kind of trial by combat that they revere. So, when they flung me at Hekaro's feet, I demanded this right, called the Kulrut, thinking that by winning I could request a boon, my life or even my freedom. The other Tenakth howled, but Hekaro stared them down, and then his gaze fell upon me. Evidently, he appreciated my ingenuity. He allowed me to participate in the Kulrut. Little did I know what I was in for.
You said the Kulrut is a Tenakth trial by combat.
Yes, but it is no ordinary trial. It doesn't pit men against each other, at least not directly. Instead, the combatants fight machines in a great arena, and only the strongest survive. Believe me, it is no easy thing to stare down a charging machine while hundreds around you scream for blood.
I know more about that than you might think.
Do you? Well, then you have my respect. Like you, I lived through it to claim my prize. I had hopes for freedom, but well, that wasn't on offer. Only service to the chief.
You wound up serving the Tenakth chief.
The winners of the Kulrut must serve the chief as his marshals.
You mentioned that word before. What does it mean?
The word itself refers to a kind of protective spirit from the ancient past. In practice, marshals are Hekaro's roving lawgivers, part magistrate, part judge, part executioner. I won my place among their ranks as honor demanded, but many Tenakths just spat on the ground when I walked by. But they did, until I started forcing them to the ground to grind their faces in it.
I guess that's one way to deal with it.
As you may have noticed, violence is the native tongue of the Tenakth. To survive, one must master it. The truth is, though, the Karja speak it too. More than they should. I can't blame the Tenakth for hating them.
So then, are you still Karja?
Part of me, yes. Always. Yet there is much to admire about the Tenakth. Especially their chief. I've heard stories about what it was like before his reign. 3 clans always at war, constantly slitting each other's throats. Hekaro and the marshals have crafted a delicate peace. And now he looks to the future. Who knows? Maybe that future will include cooperation with the Karja.
The Karja talk about Hekaro as if he's a monster.
The Karja feel compelled to demonize him if only because he swept them from the field. It is true that he is fearsome. When I was first taken before him, I thought he would flay me alive. But he is no bloodthirsty tyrant like the Mad Sun King was. I think that if you were fortunate enough to meet him, as I was, you would find that he only wants the best for his people. I hope you do speak to him. I'm sure you'd interest him. So, that's my story. You're the first Easterner to hear it, but not the last. The Karja need to know what I have learned.
Yeah. The way you talk about the Tanakh is a lot different than how they do. Are you glad to be going back to Meridian?
Oh, I'll admit that I wouldn't mind sleeping in a feather bed or sipping wine from the southern vineyards. But I have another goal in mind. As someone who knows the Tanakh and the Karja, I'm in a unique position to advocate for both. If Sun King Avad is amenable, my hope is to establish a lasting peace.
The Tanakh don't seem that peaceful.
They're not, as a rule. But these are difficult times. Chief Akaro knows that survival often requires, even if that change means putting aside centuries of war.
You asked why I need rite of passage. I'll tell you, but you won't like my answer. 6 months ago, the world almost ended in Meridian.
Mate, you can't just walk over the
That threat
line.
still exists. It's getting worse every day, much worse. Calling down storms, poisoning the water, enraging the machines. The source of it all has gone west, and I'm the only one who can stop it.
I've seen the signs. And I've heard tales of incredible occurrences in Meridian, an army of demons vanquished by a red-haired champion. So I'm inclined to believe you. The burden of your task is written across your face clearer than any mark of mine. I'll grant you this, to serve as proof of your right to travel into Tanakh lands.
But not him.
A task so important, and it's just the two of you. Take it from one who aspires to be a diplomat. Allies are essential. Chief Akaro knows the West better than anyone. He may be able to help you. He can be intimidating to others, but don't let that deceive you. He is a man of his word.
Maybe. If I need him.
Your choice. You can find him at his palace, past the mountains to the southwest. Tell him I sent you.
Lame. See, why can't I have just waited?
Marshals. It wasn't easy, but I brought the Sky Clan with me.
And the commander?
No. I could only convince a few. He isn't yet aware we left.
We have banners from all 3 clans. If there are fewer from the Sky Clan, it can't be helped.
He's right. Sound the horn.
What's going on?
Not all Tanakh can stomach the idea of parley with the Karja, but enough have come for us to begin.
Then I'll be on my way.
No. The other marshals will not permit it. You wanted safe passage, you have it. After the embassy.
The Karja have opened the gates.
Ooh, a box. Why am I on the wrong side of the line, though?
As the sun rises over a land at war, so too can it set over a land at...
Hear me, marshals! You who claim to be Tanakh!
Regala. Chief Akaro's biggest mistake.
A rival whom he should have killed.
You have forgotten that our people were born in blood. The blood of the Karja. Instead, you pledge your spears to a chief who conspires with the enemy. Hikaru has betrayed us! The embassy is proof! And all of you marshals are his accomplices! For this, I condemn you to death!
You'll need more than toothless threats to intimidate us. Exile.
Lancers! Form up!
They're riding machines! Where'd they learn to do that?
Silence.
Vashav! Come with us now, or not at all!
Mate, you can't just do that.
Light them up! Archers! Keep them back! Left flank! To the Karja! Run them down!
They're not gonna make it.
Open the gates! Open the gates! Open the gates!
Karja! Stand your ground!
Fire at will! I don't have a shot!
Yeah, maybe use actual bows rather than the shit melee bows.
What happened? Can you see?
It's just us now.
Hey! Come down and fight fair! Lancers! Take the center!
Get ready!
Stick to cover! Archers on the ridge!
It's definitely Stash.
Here they come! Time to fight!
Damn.
I gotta take out the machine riders on the field.
Here's ammo!
The mount's down, but not the rider!
Ow. Wow, that mount control is far better than it was in the previous game. Wait, they're riding those. Those are weak to explosions.
Finish moving!
Hey, you're riding a living bomb. How does that make you feel?
One more time! Hey, how's that armor?
I can't tell who's friendly and who's enemy now.
See the rider?
Wow, she's good at me.
Cut them all down!
Why is these chargers so much better than the wild ones? Like, they're so much better at kicking than the wild version. But they do hit less, I suppose. Damn, what was the point in all these people if they just died in this battle?
Just you and me now, Bo.
We've survived worse!
Oh, fucking hell.
Come on! Run, Aloy! You need ammo? Drawing on her now! 500 bigger machines than you! They're finished! Great shot!
Ow. Fuck you, I'm using the spear. Oh crap.
Enough! You, Outlanders! I'll skin you both! Chief, grant me the honor of this challenge.
Granted.
He's yeeting himself on us. Oh god, he's got a glider. You've been playing too much Fortnite.
You're next, girl.
I've never seen a shield like that. Better scan it. I can break through if I damage it enough. Gotta get through that shield. There! Now's my chance.
That won't stop me!
Give it up! Shield regenerated.
Oh.
That'll keep me on my feet. You're not stopping me!
Really? I thought that would stick to the shield, but oh well.
Shield's gone! He's vulnerable! Your turn! Come down here and face me!
No! It was an honorable challenge. You've earned your life ticket. Comrades! Mark this day! Today you have decimated the Marshals! Slaughtered the Karja! So begins our...
Well, you can kill all of them.
Get him to the camp. Now.
You gonna make it?
You're going on without me, aren't you? Guess I'm stuck with Aaron. For now.
Come on. I'll take you back to the fort.
I got you.
Well, that didn't go very well. We gotta get one of them gliders though. Oh no, it's living!
It's salvage time, boy.
Oh yeah, time to get a shield.
Don't think it can take a hit. I should be able to use it to glide.
Aloy. We're still trying to sort out this mess. Seems like the Tenakth have a civil war in their hands.
That sounds about right. The Marshals weren't expecting Regala to attack.
And the entire Karja delegation was slain. Nozar, Voidis, Fashav. A massacre. What will you do now?
I have to head west. Hopefully this rite of passage is still good. For what I'm after, I'll cross all of Tenakth territory if I have to.
Then you have a long road ahead of you. This is only the threshold of the Forbidden West. The Tenakth's true domain lies over the mountains that border Plainsong, home of the Utaru tribe.
This isn't Tenakth territory?
All that out there? That's no man's land. It was supposed to be neutral ground, though obviously this Regala ignored that. Her rebels approached from the north, with all those machines they were riding. Up that way.
The rebels were riding bristlebacks. And there were bristlebacks in the Daunt.
Are you saying the rebels let them into the Daunt? How would that even be possible?
I don't know. But it's worth looking into.
While you're at it, there were a number of Karja and Oseram who went out there before the gates were shut for the embassy. Maybe you could check in on them. See if they're all right.
I can keep an eye out. Is there a tall neck somewhere nearby?
A tall neck? There's that one, over there, near the Utaru border. But why?
It's hard to explain. It'll help me get the lay of the land.
If you say so. Is there anything else I can tell you before you go?
Fashav called Regala a rival. Someone that Tenakth chief should have killed.
Yeah, I reckon he should have. She's obviously a huge threat. Her attack was coordinated and precise. Until you got in her way, that is.
They knew the lay of the land. And they knew Fashav was going to be handed over at the embassy. If the Tenakth weren't expecting her, she must have spent months gathering an army in secret.
They had to have made camp nearby. Somewhere they could lie low until the perfect moment to strike.
About Fashav.
The man was taken captive by the Tanakh. Survived for years out in the west, only to die just short of the Sundom. It's a cruel end for a good...
He wanted to do. He spoke of advocating for lasting peace between the Karja and Tanakh.
Too late for that now.
What will happen to him?
His body will be carried back to Meridian. As a cousin of the Sun King, he will be accorded official rights and buried with honor. No soldier could ask for more.
It's too bad about Nazar and Wadis.
At least Nozar went down fighting. As for the Sun Priest, well, no one deserves to go out that way. I'll make sure they're given proper funeral rites. It's the least I can do.
Do you think the Karja will take action against Regala? Seems like you'd have common ground with the Tanakh.
An expedition of the Karja army into the west could be taken as the start of another invasion. Sun King Avad won't risk it. That said, we can't allow ourselves to be caught unaware by an attack like that again.
You said the Tanakh lands are far to the west. What can I expect to find between here and there?
Well, as I mentioned, you've got a stretch of wilderness known as No Man's Land, and then New Taru farmlands. Past that are the Tanakh. Their territory is split into 3 clans: Desert, Lowland, and Sky.
Right. I saw their banners at the embassy.
The Desert clan is closest. Ooh, vicious lot. Where everyone else sees an inhospitable wasteland, they see a challenge to dominate. Somewhere beyond the desert is the tribe's capital and the territories of the other 2 clans.
You don't sound certain.
I've only heard the stories. During the Red Raids, the Karja army tried to push into Tanakh territory, but the United Clans rose up against them, forced them all the way back to the Daunt.
So no one except the Tanakh really know what's beyond the desert.
Maybe the scholars do, back in Meridian. All those scrolls have to be filled with something, right?
You mentioned the Utaru tribe. Their lands are between here and the Tanakh further west?
That's right. Plainsong is their home. They're a peaceful bunch, at least compared to the Tanakh. More taken to farming than fighting.
It's hard to imagine a bunch of farmers surviving in the Forbidden West.
Make no mistake, they have a fierceness all their own. When the Karja were pushed back during the Red Raids, their warriors chased ours through the burning fields of Plainsong. The Sun King has made several overtures of peace to them as well, but so far, they've declined.
If they're so peaceful, why decline?
Don't know. I heard they have their own troubles to deal with. Something about a food shortage. You'd think that'd make them open to trade, but no. They just want to be left alone.
This area is no man's land.
That it is. The Tanakh used to attack anyone past Barren Light on sight. Avad overthrew the Mad Sun King. He reached out to the other tribes to offer reconciliation. The Tanakh agreed to a neutral border zone as part of the peace talks. Karja and Asuram have been striking out into the area ever since.
But now, it seems like Regala and her rebel army have moved in.
Well, I'd never call No Man's Land safe, even in the best of times. The ancient ruins of the Southwest are a testament to that. Remnants of some forgotten war.
You said there were others who went out when the gates were open before. Like who?
Well, in addition to the salvagers that just went through, there were a couple of other parties of Asuram delvers. Even saw 2 Karja scholars trekking southwest with an Asuram crew. Not sure if they're exceptionally brave or just foolhardy.
I'd need to be on my way.
Then I wish you luck. The gates will always be open to you should you wish to return. And don't worry about your friends. We'll get them patched up.
I appreciate it.
Sun watch over you, Aloy. I hope you find what you're looking for.
The next fight. So, this is the Forbidden West. A whole new frontier to explore. The coordinates from the spires should lead to Silence and Hades. And just maybe, a backup of Gaia. It won't be easy out there. The Blight, the Storms, Regala's machine riders. But I'll have to push through it all.
Why
Find a
does
way to
Silas
fix the
have-
world.
Why does Silas have to be such a pain? Attended the emissary. Trophy got. He's such a pain in the
Good
ass.
spot to test the shield ring. Why climb down when I can glide?
Right, I should give it a go.
It worked! Wow, okay. Guess I can leap off just about any cliff now.
That's gonna be useful. And you know what some people might say? Fucking Breath of the Wild.
Regala had a lot of machines under her command. There's only one other person who has that kind of knowledge. Silence. But what's his angle? Why help to knock the rebels? Pack's full, but my stash has room.
Nobody knows, he's just a piece of shit. That is literally just his purpose, he just wants to be fucking annoying. Oh, where the fuck do we need to go? We have so many different quests. Most of them are just me. My, marking things. Hey, what's that? It looks kind of like a cauldron. But it ain't. The land seemed fairly good. A little bit expensive though to craft them. What's my land special again? Launch it into the air and then rains down.
Must be the salvagers I met in Barren Light. Looks like something's going on.
A hasty written note in rough glyphs. Okay, Parozone, like, you asked to turn up like a charm, so here's the trade deal with Uther won't work. First of all, these people dislike outsiders and deeply distrust anything related to the Carja. Can't blame them, but this means the alliance between Sun King and Alvar has put in serious disadvantage. I thought it would be smart to profile us Oseram as friendlier than barbaric neighbours in the clanlands, but that didn't sit very well. I guess they have some kind of truce going on that we didn't know about. Bottom line, Ultra consider us less trustworthy than Tamuk. Imagine that. Second, to put it bluntly, Ultima were weird. They're extremely protective of anything that's considered alive, and that includes locals' hops you want so badly. To them, it's not just a crop, it's sacred, or something. The idea of putting something in our grubby little hands disgusts them. Third, and most importantly, they're starving. The blight is attacking their crops, and most of them won't eat meat. They won't hand over the little grain they have for all the cogs in the claim. As you can probably tell by now, the visit didn't go very well. Haven't seen many frowns since the cousin ran off with the Carja. I tried introducing them to Mainspring about to soothe things over, but it wasn't interested. You know what they drink? Leaf infusions. That's just dirt water.
Karoof, come on! You know me. Have I ever given you anything less than perfection?
Hello
if it
there.
Isn't the savior of Meridian and of my very own operation. Laren, say hello.
Hello, nice to meet you.
You know, if it weren't for this one, I probably wouldn't be standing here right now. Oh, nasty business. What the Tenakth did back at the embassy. But everyone in Barren Light is thankful you drove them off.
So this is your salvage operation?
You won't find a better place to trade machine parts in the West. And soon we'll be trading in more than just that. For too long, the West has been, well, forbidden. Dangerous. But what if I told you we could make an armor so tough, so infallible, that you'd never have to worry about survival out here again?
I'd be curious to take a look at it.
Of course you would. And that's why I've asked my most talented salvagers to find what they need to make that armor. Each of them will present their work to me. The best protection will go on sale to hunters, just like you.
Lucky me.
Excuse me, I have some business to attend to back in Chainscrape. Laren can take care of you while I'm gone. Can't wait to see what you come up with, my boy.
Leave it to me. It'll blow all the others out of the forge.
You have got to help me.
What are you talking about?
The armor. I made a dozen versions of it, but none of them were good enough. And there are other crews further west. If they make better armor than mine, I can kiss that keg full of shards goodbye.
So you get a prize if Karif picks your armor?
A big one. And I finally have the perfect design. I just need the right parts, and fast. So maybe you'd be willing to pick up a contract and get them for me?
What would I be looking for?
Shell walker containers. Their plating's made to withstand a lot of damage. It'll make the perfect armor.
It's actually pretty vulnerable.
I know it.
I think I can handle that.
Ah, thank the forge. All right. We scouted out a herd near here. Here's the contract. It'll tell you everything you need to know. You take the machines down. My people will pick up the containers.
I'll give this a closer look later. Thanks.
Counting on you, Aloy.
Salvage contract. The following contract bestowed upon Carlos unlimited salvage, hence by engaged in the recipient hunter by the following service. The hunter will eliminate at least one shell walker from the designated machine convoy to provide the scavengers access to a shell walker crate. Any other salvage can be gathered as payment for the service rendered. A campsite and traps have been provided at the marked passage, which are regularly visited by the convoy. The hunter understands that accepting this contract involves inherent risks, including physical or psychological injury, pain, suffering, discomfort, temporary or permanent paralysis, or death. Please don't die. I really need those parts. It's a little bit away. Might as well go this way though.
I might want to read that contract before going on the hunt.
Yeah, well, not important.
I can grab this for my stash later.
The stash for later. Oh, there's another base. Interesting. A lot more dinosaur-like here. Like, they're already dinosaur-like, but like these ones...
There's a lot of ancient wrecks out here. Must have been a huge battle. The old ones. They gave everything they had to slow down the Pharaoh's war.
Oh, this isn't a thing. Alright, kangaroo one. So what's this? Cargo claw. It's got chill water canisters and power cell.
By Zero Dawn time.
A skydiver. Probably really annoying because it's flying. Scanning unit, the eye. What's it do? Can see stealthed. Is that chill water thing? What am I doing in this field? Oh, I ended up going the wrong way, that's why. But I thought we scanned... we did seem to see something. Green shine fragment up there. Ah, fucking corruption. What's that?
Looks like they've set up camp close to Barren Light. I should see what they're up to. They've got riders patrolling the area. Better be careful.
Well, it's always best to remove the blaze canister from them before mounting up. Oh, a fish. Guess there is a way to get fish then. Doesn't seem to be that many humanoid life forms in here. Oh my god, this bow is so inaccurate.
Okay, I'm in. I have to clear out this place before I can look around.
You didn't die. Oh no. That's my own fault.
How are you doing over there? There you are. Just a bit more. Right, Outlander?
How do we use it?
We're moving
I've forgotten how to use my attack. There we are.
Pens, not that many machines. Where'd they all go? Better check in that cave.
What cave?
Pack's full. I can get it for my stash later.
Vertical shock trap. Very interesting.
A drawbridge. Might be my way across.
Is that a purple?
That wheel. I control the bridge. I should take a look.